All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, November 16th. We are traveling, so we have a different version of the normal NBA videos today. Normally, we're going through, giving you my prediction on the side, giving you my prediction on the total, all that good stuff. But in today's video, we just have 3 plays coming your way. And honestly, the slate wasn't all that appealing to me, so it almost came at a good time that we're doing a hybrid version of the video. But we got 2 player props and 1 total coming your way in today's video. Make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Yesterday, we do have a nice positive tonight. That Minnesota Timberwolves money line, we cashed that one. I thought it was a no sweat, and then those mother effers go to overtime. They still end up cashing it, so that is good to see. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and that Nikola Vucevic same game parlay, it does cash. Mobley doesn't play, so instead of plus 103 odds, I think it knocked it down to like minus 130-ish, but we shall still take it there. Those were all full unit plays yesterday. Pascal Siakam, I don't know, man. He had opportunities. He had his looks. I don't know if we can trust this dude. So 2-1 in the night, but we're one play there away from the nice little 3-0 sweep. But what do you say we jump into today's video? Like I said, 2 player props coming your way and 1 total. Let's jump into it. By the way, guys, a written version of all of these plays will be over on GuyBostonSports.com. I'll put that down in the pinned comment if you want to track it there. And any ads or updates or any sort of ad lib also goes in that post. So make sure to go ahead and check it out. But let's go ahead and start with the total. Like I had mentioned, this may be a crazy one, but I like the Lakers and the Pelicans here over 219.5. Both of these teams can't really seem to stop a nosebleed at the rim, and I do think that that's something that ends up contributing towards overs. And what I mean by stop a nosebleed at the rim, 28th and 29th are these two teams in terms of points in the paint allowed so far this year, and that's very, very important for the Lakers, who are shooting at the restricted area at the 5th highest frequency in the entire league. Now, I will say I'm making this play in the hopes that the Lakers kind of carry the weight, and behind the thought process that the Lakers carry the weight. I couldn't get to a Lakers team total of like 114 or something like that. That seemed a little bit too high, but I do think that they can do it. I just don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, because I do think that this Lakers team could defensively sort of break down and allow this Pelicans team to score decently as well. Like, this is the 5th worst defensive efficiency team in the league over the last 3 games. Actually, the 3rd worst over the last 3 games, 5th worst in the entire year for the Lakers. So I think the Pelicans, obviously they're struggling. Obviously they have a massive amount of injuries, but this isn't the worst matchup for them either. So I went with the full game total. This thing opened up at, I believe, at 221.5. Now we're getting in at 219.5. If it goes any lower, then yeah, we missed the mark. But I do still like both teams to potentially go out there and kind of get a floor of 110, which would result in a 220 over. Last time these two teams played, they had a nice high-scoring game. It was a couple points shy of this, but that was in a spot in which now you might be like, oh, well, the injuries and blah, blah, blah. Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, those guys didn't do anything. Only Zion Williamson scored more than 12 points in that game. Now, he's out tonight. Obviously, the Pelicans are banged up. No McCollum. They pretty much have Ingram and then cast and crew, right? But it's also a spot in which Anthony Davis and LeBron James also played well at 23 points and 20 points. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't play even better today, given the fact that the Pelicans can't really stop anything at the rim, right? So if these two teams get going and one of them kind of gets on fire from outside and whatnot, we get a couple extra points. I do think we're looking at an over here in this spot. You throw in the fact that both teams are on a back-to-back, I end up liking it more. I know a lot of people will be like, it's a back-to-back, they could be tired, maybe they're not scoring, but if I'm making this play not so much because of the offense, but because of what I determine a lack of defense, the fact that we have tired legs and whatnot might work out even better for us. So I do like the Lakers and the Pels here over 219.5 for play number 1. Moving on to play number 2. Actually, the next 2 player props are in the same game. One guy on each of the teams. We have Keegan Murray here over 14.5 points, minus 120 over on MGM. All of these are going to be half unit plays as we're traveling. We don't have hours and hours and hours and hours to really put into these and whatnot, so we just have hours and hours here early in the morning. Hopefully that makes sense. But overall, 14.5 points. I do like this spot. Home games back-to-back in terms of his last 6 of those. I think he's actually only played in a few more than that, but he's hitting 5 of his last 6, and we have a couple things to note here. No Malik Monk for the Kings, as well as DeMar DeRozan, who didn't play yesterday. He is a game-time decision listed as doubtful right now. If he doesn't play, I think that becomes even better as Murray becomes more of a viable scoring option in this spot. So I like the way that he can kind of score on this team, whether it's his corner threes, which he's obviously kind of the leader in the corner three clubhouse for this team, right? Or if he gets to the mid-range, I think that he matches up fairly well with this Utah team. Now, this Utah team in particular, the lineup is important to note here. So they have what's the dude's name? It's let's see if we can look it up really quickly. I forget. It's like Filipowski. I can barely say my own name. Filipowski, right? The rookie at power forward, who he's a big guy. Then they have John Collins, who's a little bit smaller at center, and I'm assuming that that is going to be the spot in which, John Collins is going to try and control Sabonis, who's listed on the injury report, but as probable. If he doesn't play, I love this play even more for Murray, as we're already locked in. But Filipowski, I feel like I nailed it there, covering Keegan Murray, who's a lot quicker than him. I feel like he's not going to cover him around the perimeter. In fact, I don't feel like it. He's not going to be able to cover Keegan Murray around the perimeter. If they put John Collins on him, then Sabonis is going to get a lot of attention, a lot of double teams, and a lot of kickouts for Keegan Murray. So I think that even just the matchup here against this Utah lineup fits Keegan Murray's play style well, because he can score in multiple ways. He's going to be your 4 that can also hit the corner 3, not just have to get to the paint and score. So I like Keegan Murray there. And then our last one here is kind of interesting. Multiple reasons why I like this. Now, we already locked this in before Sabonis was listed as questionable or probable on the game time decision, at least as of right now. I still like it no matter what, but John Collins over 1.5 assists here. He's done this in all 3 games without Markkanen this year, both games without Walker Kessler, which Markkanen is listed as questionable. Not probable, not doubtful. We're not leaning in any direction. By the way, do we have another more chance, more win situation? Look at that. What an angle we're looking at here. But John Collins, the potential assists can be there, are kind of there to some degree. I don't want to, blow smoke down your you-know-what and be like, oh, he's crushing it, but he does have more potential assists with these guys out. It's jumped from like 3 to 5, which if you get 5 potential assists and only need 2 for a minus 130 spot, I'll take that any day of the week. But it's not like he's out there facilitating and being the point forward now for this team, but I do think he's going to get more action. And then, like I mentioned, the Sabonis part is actually huge to me. If he gets the ball down low, I don't think Sabonis is going to make it easy on him. John Collins is going to probably have a few more pass, kick situations than he normally would have against any other team in this spot. Especially given the fact that this is a Sacramento team that really struggles at preventing threes from going in. So if John Collins gets the ball inside, couple dribbles, brick wall, Sabonis, he's like, oh crap, pass it out. Somebody's going to be there to hit the 3, because this is a Sacramento team that's allowing the second most 3-pointers in terms of points per 3, points per game from 3 on the season here. In the last 3, the dead last. So I like this spot for John Collins to be able to get 2 assists as well. Guys, it's going to wrap it up for the 3 plays here. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment 8. Obviously, these videos, how do I put this? Because I'm still proud of the product we put out, and I don't want to just take days off. But obviously, I feel like the videos that we create are some of the best production quality, and I'm really pleased with how much work and editing goes into it. When we're on the road, the quality's not as good. The sound might not be as good. We might be reporting from Hangover Central, right? Not that bad today, but could be. So I do understand that the quality lacks, but still, I think good quality for a road video. But I really, really do appreciate the ones that are like, hey, like that's good enough. Like I'm still rocking with you. You're still entertaining. I like the picks. Blah blah blah. Like that does mean a lot to me, because the fact that I am away for the weekend on a mini vacation and have to still work. It's like it's not have to still work if I'm liking what I'm doing and having a blast doing what I'm doing, and that is the case, right? So I still really do feel confident in these videos and in these plays and in the community we're growing. But I want you guys to know that I see it from your side as well, being like, I like the full game breakdowns. I like every single game. I like sitting there, my cup of coffee, absolutely grinding it out. When we go 3 plays, it seems like it's half-assed. It's not half-assed. It's just a little bit shorter, a little bit hybrid of approach. But little lens peek behind the curtain there. Figured I'd keep you guys in the loop of how I feel about that. But that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully we have a nice winning day yet again. We've been decent in the NBA, starting to feel that momentum, starting to really see the boards clearly. So let's go ahead and do it again. We'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.